beam because it's time for Nerdy for 30, the podcast where we talk about nerdy-ish things for 30-ish minutes. My name is Kevin Bauer, aka the Critic's Choice. With me, as always, the People's Champ, Tim Keck.
If you feel it, chase it, baby. What up, Fat Bears?
What up, Fat Bears? And today we got a special one for you. We are talking about Exit 8, the video game that I believe came out in 2018. It's available on any platform you could possibly want it on. You know, PlayStation, Nintendo, Xbox, cell phone, computer, book, whatever. Play it on a book.
It's not a book.
It's definitely not a book. I said that and people are going to think there's a book adaptation. There's not. There is a film adaptation. We're not talking about that, though, yet. We're talking about the game. Tim, what'd you think?
I don't know why you did this to me. This was brutal. Game was absolutely brutal.
Did it scare you or did it bore you?
I don't think it bored me. I think it just agitated me. There's something about this game that's so effective. For those that have not played it, you should just stop and go play it. Otherwise, we're gonna spoil it. Because I went into this sight unseen. I had no idea what the game was.
And it only takes like an hour. Like 90 minutes.
You said it only takes an hour. We spent way too long on this.
How long were you in there?
Oh, hours, probably.
Wow. All right.
I kept picking it up. I kept putting it down. I was like looking at the wrong stuff. It was weird. I mean, I also didn't understand the rules for a long time. And I realized I was able to beat it. Then I was able to beat it in like 20 minutes today.
You just started fresh and you're ready to go.
Yeah, I just started fresh and was able to beat it. And I realized at the end when you see the stairs that I'd actually beaten it a long time ago, but I thought the stairs were an anomaly, so I turned around.
Dude, I was really convinced of the same thing. So yeah, so listener, if you haven't played it and aren't gonna play it, Exit 8 is a game where you are trapped in maybe a purgatory of a Japanese train station. You are continuously going around corners until you reach a corner that has a list of rules for what you should look for. You should look for anomalies. It's labeled with a direction to the exit and a number that lets you kind of keep track of how far you are. It tells you to watch for any anomalies. If there is an anomaly, you are to turn back immediately. If there is not an anomaly, you're supposed to continue forward. Every time you correctly assess that there is an anomaly and turn back, you turn back to find yourself in an exact mirror of the hallway you started in, with the exit number advanced by 1, bringing you closer to the exit 8. Every time you fail to detect the anomaly, you keep going straight to the corner of the exit label and find out that you have restarted at 0. The fun of the game comes from the fact that some of the anomalies are very easy to detect, like the walls bleeding, and some of the anomalies are really fucking hard to detect. The whole game's also pretty creepy.
Pretty impossible. It's really just one hallway. One side has posters on it. One side has doors on it. And there's always a dude walking down the hallway towards you. Mm-hmm. And something in the hallway is different or it's not. And that's the whole game. That's the whole game. And it gets to you. It gets to you because I looked at everything and I was like, there's nothing out of the ordinary here. And then boom, back to 0.
Yeah. Oh my God. I will see this hallway in my dreams. I remember every single poster. We were deep in it. We got to a point where we had exactly what you described happen a couple times, where it's like we were sure that this was a completely benign hallway, and then we continued only to start over. So we got to a point where we took photos of every poster, and then every time we would go through, Lauren would be on poster duty. So she'd be comparing, we'd be calling out numbers back and forth to each other to make sure that every number on the poster was the same, because we didn't know how small it would be. Nothing ever tells you how small it would be. So I'm in my head like, is it like a pattern on the bricks on the wall, like the subway tiles? There's one that really screwed us. We had just noticed it, and I think it's one of the ones that set us back, was that if you turn around and look at the hallway from the other end, there's an exit sign on the top. And in that one, the exit sign was like upside down. The text on the exit sign was upside down.
Yes.
But if you hadn't turned back around and looked up at it, you never would have noticed.
Yeah, I was like trying to figure out the best way to do it. And I was like Googling a little bit, like just advice. And they're just like, you just have to do the same thing every single time. You have to look at it exactly the same way every single time. And so first thing, there's a guy walking towards me. I would walk towards him and I would bully him a little bit. I like get in his way, push him around, get a good look at his face, see if he was moving weird or anything. One of the creepiest ones was that he normally just walks straight ahead. He looks straight ahead. Mm-hmm. But then I had one where I bumped into him and he went around me and he turned his head to look at me.
Yeah.
Freaky. There's some of these because you're staring so closely. It's like, remember that thing? I think this was big like when I was in college, there was like a maze and it got smaller and smaller and smaller. It was like online with some website and you did the maze. And as you went, it got smaller and smaller and smaller. And then at the end, when you were just about to get it, it flashed. It just like made like a rah sound. And it was the girl from.
Oh my God. Yeah. The Exorcist.
Oh, The Exorcist. Yeah. That's what it feels like here. We are like looking so close. And then something weird happens. So yeah, my strategy was to bully the guy. Then I'd walk to the end of the hallway. I'd turn right. I'd go back. I'd look at all the doors, check the sign up ahead, look at the doors, the non-smoking cigarette side, turn around, roll by the posters, the lookout, there's whatever cameras are on, check out the cameras, and then just sprint as fast as I could to the next thing. Because that was all I had. And I only caught 2 of the posters I was able to catch a change on. I'm sure that some of them change. I'm sure they all change. I couldn't pick a single one. So I don't know if it's as boring as like the numbers changing, because the numbers changing, I'll never be able to get that.
I don't think it was that. The actual changes by the end of it that I noticed were pretty big. Like by looking in the numbers, I think we were definitely overdoing it. More of what I noticed was like, there's the one where the poster at the end, the eyes follow you and the eyes are moving. So like that was a fucking creepy one.
When I did it, the whole poster slid.
Oh yeah. That one was nuts too.
How many times did you play it? Have we seen all the same stuff? How many possibilities are there? I
looked at it. There's only like 19 different variations of stuff in there, but
what?
It feels like there are a million. Like when you're playing through this game and it keeps restarting you and stuff, it feels like there's a million different things that can change. Maybe it's 19 parts of it that can change or something in some combination. But if I heard it right, it's like there's only like 19 anomalies that can be detected. And oh my God, it's crazy. You really feel stuck in that place. Like Tim said, when there are certain anomalies that affect like the guy that's walking around, terrifying because there's no music, there's no sound other than the sound of this guy's footsteps that are coming toward you. There's no dialogue. But there was one where he, after like 50 or 60 laps through this hallway, there was one where when you turn around, he's right behind you. And when you turn back around, he's right behind you again. And that was a legitimate jump scare. It scared the absolute shit out of me, dude. And I sprinted out of there because it's a video game, but it still managed to make you feel profoundly unsafe.
There are some very unsettling. The changes are all a little unsettling, but some of them are like really get you.
Did you get the one where the doors are normally none of the doors open or anything? I think there's one where there's like a rattling behind it, but we were checking everything really closely, and we unfortunately noticed this one when we were really close to it, and we had just a picture perfect realization of this one. Did you get to the one where one of the doors was open a crack and there was just a woman standing in the crack smiling?
I think so.
Dude, it made me
I think so. I definitely had a crack. I don't know what it was. I think I just turned around and left, but I definitely had a crack and I could see something in it.
Yeah. It was.
I feel like I also had one where I was walking down the hallway and the door opened while I was walking.
I think we got that one too. And I think we tried to go down it because I was like, maybe this is like a new thing in the game where like if you go down it, something else happens. And I think it didn't let you go. But
that's what I was thinking. I mean, it took me a long time to just even grasp what exactly was happening and how everything was changing different and it looked different. I think the only one I got when I beat it today, I got lucky where there were just like 2 softballs just right there where it's just like, these are back to back weird softballs. And I mean, it took me a while for the obvious ones. Like I just had to have the obvious ones. I got hit with a wave of water 5 times.
Yep.
That's the only one that I've had more than once. And I think there was something else that chased me, or the lights flicker or something. And then there was some loud noises and things like that. But it really gets a little crazy. What were the weird ones? What'd you have with the posters? So like the blue poster for me, the person on it, their eyes just became super big.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The
Yeah.
very kawaii one. Yeah. We had that. We had the one where the poster was sliding on the walls. We had the one where the eyes were following you. That one was really creepy.
Mm.
And there's one where the eyes aren't following you, but there's the last poster is like basically like if you see something, say something, and it's just two cartoon eyes. And that one was normal, but then every once in a while the eyes would just like dart left and right and then go back to the middle. So that
I
one
had
is
one
more
where all
like cartoony
the
than
posters
creepy,
were a
but
little bigger than usual.
oh, see, I don't know that I would have noticed that. I bet we walked right past that one.
It freaked me out. Well, I do the same scan every time. So I walk about the same distance away from the posters and they were hanging off the edge of my screen. And I was like, have they always been like that? And I ignored it. I didn't turn back. And then it reset again.
Yeah. It makes you question everything. There was one, I looked up a couple of the other alternatives because like it never goes full horror game on you. Like I was looking up some of the other anomalies because I expected it to be a lot more aggressive with like maybe the guy comes around the corner, but he's a spider or something. And there's never anything that's that aggressive, but
no,
they do play with like, yeah, the water comes through. There was one where like there was some kind of a sound that was like really unsettling. And so we turned around because it was like a screech or like something that was just like, no, this isn't right at all.
So what were the creepiest ones you had?
I think bar none, the two creepiest were the one where every time you turn around, the guy is there, because to have this guy ignore you for most of it and then suddenly be right behind you just sucked. It was like a violation of everything you've learned about the game. Number one was definitely because when we saw the woman in the crack of the open door, I had the camera angled down and we were really close to the wall because I was looking for really minute things. So we started realizing like, oh, the door's open a crack. And then I panned it up this woman's body to see a smiling face. And it sucked. Sucked. A smiling face of a character that we have not seen before. It was just awful. But one of the creepiest ones, I'm really curious if you got this one. I saw on YouTube that one of the anomalies you can get is just the guy that's walking through is way too tall.
Did you get that one? I got that one.
How was that experiencing that?
It was weird. That was a weird one. I think his head turning to follow me, the creepiest one. There was one, my back-to-back easy ones today were, and it's a very creepy one that I think I've had different versions of this, like in different places. Mm-hmm. But there's a thing where they have like an outline of a human being in the tile.
Oh, shit.
It looks like somebody's in the wall. Like I'm trying to think. There was definitely like I feel like we watched some horror movie like that where it was like somebody's like trying to get out of the wall and it's like pushing, and like around them. It looked like there was a silhouette of somebody like pushing out of the wall. And I got that a couple times in a couple different poses. Very creepy, but pretty obvious. That. So I had that one. I had at the way end of the hallway, I could just see the outline of a guy in the thing, in the tile. And I just turned around and left. I ran away immediately. And then the one I ran into was the man walking towards me, but he was walking like way too fast. And it was like very jittery. And I was like, nope. And it was freaky. It was freaky watching him walk so much faster. And I immediately turned around, got out of there. But
dude, have you watched any Widow's Bay at all?
No, I have not. I guess we got to watch it, huh?
Yeah, I would like to do that for our next one. Widow's Bay is terrific. And I won't spoil it, but there is one situation where a character just runs, but the way that they run, it's like the motions are too fast. Like the motions look a little sped up. And it's crazy how effective that is and just immediately being terrifying.
This is not horror at all, but I went down a rabbit hole of like Michael Jai White, just doing fighting stuff and just talking about fighting and training and stuff. I gotta watch more of his movie. I feel like we should do one of his movies. I want to just go down a deep dive of like all of his things, because it turns out he's just one of the greatest martial artists in the world, considered by everybody. And he's an actor. And all these fighters are like coming to train with him. Like UFC fighters go to train with this guy who is just an actor.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. So he was talking about basically he's done a bunch of martial arts. And so his latest thing in this video he was talking about, where he's like a little more current, was he was talking about Like, did you ever see the thing he did with Kimbo Slice? There was some video where Kimbo Slice, he's like, tells Kimbo Slice to hold up his hand. And he's like, I'm going to throw 3 punches and I'm going to try and hit your hand. And when I do, move out of the way, move it. Right. And he throws it fast, hits the hand. Kimbo can't move it. He throws it again, too fast. Kimbo can't move it. And then the next one he does, he's like, here's my 3rd one. And he goes super slow and just taps it. And Kimbo didn't move his hand because he was expecting it to be super fast.
Yeah.
You know, it's a great video. It's one of my favorite, you know, like action, whatever, all these guys' videos. And so his point now is basically like, I want to be able to do all of these moves without telegraphing it. Because when you're doing a fast one, you turn your body, you shift. But if I can punch and then put my body into it in a way where people aren't expecting any signal, where I'm not sending any other signals that I'm going to attack, I can just do this smoothly. So he was going through all these things and basically was saying that in a movie, he was demonstrating like how fast he can do. And he's doing all these kicks and he throws like 80 kicks in a row or punch. I don't know, whatever. He's crazy fast. And he was talking about how he, for the movies, has to slow it down. Because he was talking about one of his first movies. He had this awesome sequence and he did all these punches. And he's like, I really thought about this. And this is like how I would actually fight somebody. And he watched it back and he's like, this looks like shit. Like you can't tell. It doesn't look like I did anything because you can't actually follow that I've thrown 3 punches here, you know?
Damn.
So he has to slow it down. So all of his like actual fighting is like about not telegraphing stuff. And then when it's time for the movies, he has to go the opposite and just telegraph the shit out of everything. Mm-hmm. So I don't remember what that had to do with this video game, except I've been watching a lot of them and I just think he's great.
Yeah, he's awesome. We should definitely pick one of his movies and do it. Hell yeah, dude. I also hear that the movie The Furious is great. So we got to go check that one out in theaters. New martial arts movie.
We got to. He's amazing. Why exactly did you want to do this on the pod instead of a movie or something? You just played this video game. What about this like piqued your interest as like, this is pod worthy?
I think it's really interesting how simple this game is, how fast this game is, and how emotional of a reaction it got from Lauren and I. And how much more invested in this we were than most of the video games that we play together. And like we've played It Takes Two, we've played some of Split Fiction, you know, we probably our biggest over the years 2-player games were the Last of Us games. And then we've been making our way through Super Mario 3D World for like 6 years now, just taking it real slow because the game's great. And every once in a while we'll pick it up again and get really into it for like 3 weeks and put it down again. It's all usually very cooperative. We don't do a lot of stuff where we're fighting against each other. And even though this is a 1-player game, we did play it cooperatively. Like I mentioned, she had the camera out and both of us were out there hunting for anomalies. And I just think that it's interesting that, you know, you can take something that is this empty hallway. You can get so much fear out of it by establishing, like in comedy, you want to establish the base reality. You show the audience what is normal, ideally relying on something about day-to-day life that is also normal. So they know exactly what a grounded universe is. And then you show them something that breaks the pattern with reality. And they understand that that is the object of the comedy. That's, you know, comedy's Michael J. White signaling to the audience. It's like comedy's way to bring the shoulder back so a punch is coming. And I guess this game is about an hour to 2 hours of signaling of what is normal and you focusing really hard to try to figure out what is normal and what isn't normal. And I was just really captivated by how much that brought out of me and how participatory it made this feel as a piece of art. And I was curious if you'd feel the same way.
I did. I was immediately very frustrated by this game because I'm like, I don't think I'm good at this. I'd like to think I have a good attention to detail, but not always in this. I just feel like I see too many things or I focus on too many things. I never really. But there's something about this game, too, because it's just a hallway. Mm-hmm. The premise is so simple. You're just looking for anything different. It's simple and yet vague enough that every time I mess up, I'm like, I can get it next time. Yeah. There's something that like, even when I put it down, I was like the next day, I'm like, I got to try it again. Laura came home today and was like, I think we can beat this game. And I haven't told you that I already beat it. But I want to beat it again. I want to play it again because it's like there's something so addictive about it. And I think that there's like that simplicity to it where it feels so attainable. Like this time I'll get it. Like there's something that's like, oh, I can do this, but also it's so close and yet so far away that makes it feel very addictive. I think there is also something to like maybe like horror and comedy. I think have a lot of parallels where you're right. You're setting up an expectation and then you're subverting it.
Yeah.
You know, even the Kimbo slice punches, you know, Michael Jai's throwing 2 fast ones and then he throws a slow one. And that's the punchline. It's a twist. It's like a change. It's a subversion of your expectation. And that's why it hits.
Yeah.
And so something like this, where you're conditioned, it's not like, you know, the third unusual thing or whatever, where it's like, oh, weird third beat. It's like 50 passes down this hallway.
Yeah.
You've looked at this poster and it's looked the exact same 50 times, 100 times, and then 101, the eyes are a little bigger and you're like, what the?
What are they? Yeah. It's fascinating how it like turns the base reality itself on itself and makes you so paranoid about this thing that you take for granted in most things that you watch and experience. On the note of horror and comedy being so similar, I do also want to call out one of my favorite examples of it that I've heard in a long time. You told me about on Saturday night, which is just the Charles Barkley talking shit on San Antonio stuff, where it's like, how's the food? It's terrible. How's the weather? It's awful. How's the parking? A lot of parking. It's amazing because you would theoretically expect it to be another thing where it's like there's no parking, it's terrible, but the actual yes and for the base reality of that world is if it's so bad there, nobody wants to go there, so there's ample parking. It's like a perfect joke. It killed me when I heard it.
It's the perfect joke. Charles Barkley is a genius. He's incredible.
Oh shit. For this one too, for Exit 8. So there is a movie for Exit 8. I'm not going to spoil anything for the movie. I don't know if we'll end up doing the movie on the pod. I'm maybe
have you seen
when it
it
hits streaming. I have, yeah.
How did they even make a movie out of this?
So they did create a narrative. They do layer a sort of narrative on top of it. But I was told also to play the game before watching the movie. We actually had tickets to go see the movie. We got rid of the tickets on the Regal app so that we could instead stay home and play the game, because I was like, I heard we're supposed to play the game first and it's short. I definitely agree with that assessment after seeing the movie too, because like you have like a parasocial relationship with this hallway at this point. So when you see it realized perfectly, it does kind of put you right back in that moment.
Oh,
and then
my
to
God.
see somebody with a very light narrative laid over top going through and basically playing the game in real time the way that you did, it's really interesting. But they don't add too much. And I will call out in advance that it's not, you know, like a giant splashy ending that's going to answer all your questions. Like to a certain extent, it is kind of like an open for interpretation ending, which I personally usually fucking hate and can be very frustrated by. It's the equivalent of an artist fading out a song instead of ending it. But like, I think it works really well. And again, this is with the huge caveat of this is an extremely simple game, but I think it might actually be the best video game movie adaptation I've ever seen. It perfectly encapsulates what it feels like to play the video game.
That sounds like a terrible movie. But
I think
maybe it is.
I thought it was fine when we watched it, and then I've been thinking about it since, and I'm like, you know what? That's good. Like, I will probably watch this again at some point, and I think it's definitely worth a look if you play the game.
I gotta watch it. I gotta see it.
It's not really scary either. Like, it's not. I would say, if anything, the movie leans away from the horror.
This game isn't too scary either. It's disturbing. It's a little creepy, but I wouldn't say I'm terrified by anything in this. But there is, and there's unanswered questions. I was just thinking about what you're saying then, the ending's ambiguous. The ending in this is pretty ambiguous. And I came into this completely blind, didn't know any of the rules, didn't know anything. I think I noticed the sign at some point, but I didn't realize that the levels, that the floor numbers were changing. So gotcha. Every time you see an anomaly, you're supposed to turn back. I actually got to the ending at one point and saw the stairs and was like, no, this is an anomaly, and turned back.
Dude,
which
we
is
froze for
kind
like
of insane to think
5
about.
minutes. We were like, what the fuck do we do here? Because yeah, in a game where the entire premise is that if you see anything different, don't do it. It's like, I really want to get out of this fucking hallway, man. I don't know if it's right to go up these stairs.
It's so crazy.
Do you remember what the highest level was that you got to before resetting?
Well, I guess I beat the game and then it reset.
Oh yeah, I guess.
I got to the hallway and turned around.
Oh,
but I mean,
God.
I did get to 7 a few times. Once I figured it out, I got to 7 a few times and then reset.
Oh, that's devastating.
Which was frustrating, but I feel like I get it. I want to play again. I want to see if I can do it again. See if I can figure it out. I feel like I'm starting to grasp it a little bit, but
the time trials and stuff on YouTube are pretty fun. It is fun too, how like you could make this a segment on a Japanese game show, or you could make it an arcade game by virtue of like, have the people go through it. Either A, put a timer on it, or B, have the people go through it. And then instead of just immediately looping back to another hallway, have it come to an end screen. And then do kind of like a tally and then give you like a thumbs up if you got it or a thumbs down, and then zoom in on the part that you got. And like, that's the kind of thing you could do with a group in a barcade, is be like, all right, everybody good on this? All right, cool. And then you go through and then it's like tallied up and it's like, fail, you missed this doorknob. And then the whole group goes like, oh shit. And it tries again. But the experience of having it just flow through seamlessly, it's just, I mean, it really wears on you.
It's exhausting. It's mentally exhausting. It really is fascinating. I mean, you are right. Like it's on its face, it's just one of those, like, I feel like in like a highlight magazine or something where you look at these two pictures and see what's different. It's like one of those, except you have to look through 50 of like the correct one first before you notice what's missing. It's crazy. There's something. You're right. Psychologically, this is a fascinating game because it's weirdly addictive. It's weirdly boring and frustrating, but also I want to keep playing it.
Yeah, I will definitely play it again. It's a huge bargain for, I think I got it on sale on Nintendo Switch for like $2.99. Can I tell you something morally awful that we did one time to promote a show in college?
Sure.
We wanted to flyer to promote a show we had going on that Friday. I think it was even that night or like the next day. So close timeline, but we noticed that when we flyer, people just kind of throw the flyers away. So we're wasting our time, and maybe they know about it, but they're going to forget because they threw the flyer away. So we were like, what can we do to put on the flyer to make them keep it? We decided, like a Sudoku. People love Sudoku. So we're going to put a Sudoku on the flyer. And I was like, well, if people solve the Sudoku, they're just going to throw it away. So I went into Photoshop and I fucked up the Sudoku to make it unsolvable. And then we passed those out on flyers for people. And I was like, they're not going to throw it away. They're going to keep this fucking thing until they solve it, and they can't solve it.
That's a great idea. Great marketing idea.
It was fun. We asked people at the show. Show had a good turnout. We asked people at the show if anybody tried to do the Sudoku and couldn't solve it. And I confessed to the bit, and nobody there said that was the case for them. So I think all the people caught on to that and got frustrated and didn't show up. But we still packed. You think
it was a bigger turnoff than?
I think so. I think we burned some potential audience members, but it's a light prank. It's not.
But it's a flyer for a comedy show, and it's an unsolvable Sudoku.
Yeah,
it would be funny if these people are then like, these guys don't respect numbers.
Yeah,
I shouldn't going to go there and be disrespected again. Hear about how 7, 8, 9? No, not on my watch. I want to go home and recite pi to infinity.
You know, those people are out there.
Those math protectors.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, any other thoughts on this video game?
No, I'm glad you liked it.
Before I go play it some more.
What did Laura think? Because she's not big on any kind of like horror or creepiness, right?
No, not really. We didn't get to too many creepy parts. She did notice a couple things that I did not notice. She noticed there was like big, like kind of like stain on the ceiling in one of these, and it's kind of fun to watch. It is fun to do with somebody else because they're looking for different things and looking at different stuff. She definitely noticed some different things, and then today she wants to replay it. She like, we played it for a little bit and want to play it again, and I think we can beat it. I think it's just, it scratches the itch of just like weirdly doable and also a pain in the ass. So if you've got hours to waste, You also were like, it's only an hour. So I was like, oh, at some point this ends. And for a while I thought that the hints were just going to get easier. There was a giant wave. I'm like, okay, I can turn around there. Oh, look at this one. And then it got hard again. I was like, why is it doing that? It's like it wants me to keep playing this game forever. But yeah, I did and I will.
Yeah.
I did and I will. And I got to see the movie now.
It was told to me as an hour. I think it took us about 90 minutes. The movie itself is about 90 minutes, which is great. Nice short movie. So highly recommend the game. Wish more games were this short. Highly recommend the movie after playing the game. And excited listeners, if you play it and watch it, what you think?
Yeah. Let us know.
Let us know. We'll be back here again in 2 weeks with something, either Widow's Bay or a Michael J. White movie, or maybe this movie, The Furious. We'll see. Something fun. We'll see you then. And until then, thanks for listening. Stay nerdy, everybody. Bye.
Stay nerdy. Bye.